since Pakistan became a nuclear nation, India has had this very complex engagement with Pakistan, right? And Mr. Modi has, for better or for worse, completely overturned that, and he's gone for this gung ho kind of very aggressive, directly striking Pakistan. So, do you think that we need to now go back to what was the UAPA style, which was often attacked, but did it actually have more impact? Did it contain Pakistan better than what we are doing now?
Shoaib, it's not exactly true that this is the first time India and Pakistan have fought a war under the nuclear overhang. As you know, Pakistan had developed its nuclear weapons in the 1980s and even done formal testing in 1998. And the Kargil War, which was a pretty big war, more than 1,000 people died on either side, including on both, if you include both the sides. That Kargil War was fought under the nuclear overhang. Both India and Pakistan were declared nuclear powers at that point in time. So that's historically not correct, so to speak. So in that sense, Mr. Modi, has he overturned a long-standing policy? No. What the UPA did was very different, and I genuinely believe that what Shiv Shankar Menon wrote in his book Choices makes a lot of sense. That you took huge advantage out of not going kinetic against Pakistan. Firstly, you became the darling of the West. Absolutely, the United States started giving you the kind of support which had historically not been available to India, both in terms of technology, in terms of intelligence sharing, in terms of diplomatic support, and that is essentially linked to India's geopolitical rise, is linked to India's great restraint. Pakistan became a pariah nation in the global. Globally across the world, whereas India was seen as a very mature country, a country which takes responsible decisions. So it worked out very well for India, even economically, even with respect to China. And India got that opportunity to grow faster. This is the period when growth has just been going on for 4 or 5 years. And that economic growth continued under the UPA government because it did not have to divert its energies towards a military conflict. When we come to Mr. Modi in 2015 and 2016, if you remember after Pathankot, he tried to actually even involve ISI in an investigation in an Indian airbase. So it is not that he did not try to go down that path. But clearly, that those motives did not work out. That methodology did not work out. Then in 2016, we had these very small special forces operations across the line of control, which were hyped up as surgical strikes before the UP elections. And then you have 2019 Balakot, where a military failure was disguised, what became a major political success. And that has essentially, post 2019, what we have seen is that India has essentially boxed itself into very limited options, rather than increasing the kind of options that it has in terms of, as part of statecraft, where you have diplomatic options, economic options, other kinds of options, people-to-people contacts, in case of India, water sharing, energy, other kinds of pacts. You have taken all of them off the table, and you have boxed yourself into only a punitive military option. And even in that punitive military option, you have to do something more than what you have already done earlier. What you had done in 2016, you have to do more in 2019. What you had done in 2019, you have to do much more in 2025.